Hey, what's going on everybody? I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're making the most out of your day. My name is Connor Gall. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. It's a Q&A. It's been a little while since I've said hi and checked in on this channel, so I thought I would reach out to you guys on Instagram, have you submit some questions and answer them right here. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. We're gonna try and keep this light, keep this fun, entertaining, insightful, inspiring, invigorating. I've briefly looked at these questions. I haven't practiced anything, which could be dangerous because I tend to be long-winded, but we're just gonna see where this takes us. So question one, what was/is the most influential thing or time or memory in your life that has happened? First thing that comes to my mind is when I was 12, maybe 13 years old. I was at a missions conference at my church, and I felt like God was asking me to give my life, or a large part of my life, to missions. And so it's crazy that that decision at 12 or 13 has affected so much in my life today. Are you excited to squad lead 11 and 11? The answer to that, of course, is yes. The plan is to go out in January into squad lead, and I couldn't be more stoked about that. Most valuable lesson you learned on the field? Ooh, that's a good question. Most valuable lesson. Honestly, it's probably just trust God. Like, that sounds really simple, but I don't know. Explore yourself and see if you actually do trust Him on a deep level, or if you just kind of trust yourself. When are you coming to Cleveland? Never. Just kidding. I have nothing against Cleveland. How do you date with a lifestyle like yours? Is it even possible? I don't know. It has not been possible so far, but it is true. I have chosen to live a life that, I don't know, is flexible, and I can kind of just pack up and go at a moment's notice, and so dating has been difficult. I see you play tennis. Do you watch tennis? If so, who's your favorite player? A tennis question. Let's go. Definitely my favorite player is Roger Federer. That's an easy one. What is the best pack for the world race? Let me show you. This guy right here is my my world race backpack. It is the Osprey Aether 70-liter backpack, and as you can see, it's awesome. Basically though, go to REI, try on a bunch of different backpacks, pick the one that fits the best and feels like you're not gonna kill your back while wearing it. I'm just so honored that you guys asked me all these questions. They're great questions. Man, my Instagram following is the best. Shout out to the InstaFam. Favorite number and why? 11? Stranger Things? Can you give an update about South Africa and maybe a little advice about the Lord's promises? What a fun question. Okay, so those of you who know me know that for the last probably like year and a half, I have been talking a lot about South Africa. There's a big part of me that would love to go and live in South Africa, maybe do ministry. I'm not really sure what that looks like. I have plans, I should say intentions of visiting, going back and visiting again, maybe hopefully in 2021. About the Lord's promises, that has been something that I have been learning a lot about in this season. It's hard to trust God's promises when He gives you something and then you don't see it happen. But I would just say that the Lord is good, and He's good even if those things don't go your way. That's kind of been like the little mantra I've been saying to myself, is that God is still trustworthy even if things don't go the way that I want them to. His word still stands, and I need to learn to be a person who listens to the voice of God and doesn't get distracted by what I see or don't see. Any advice for World Race Training Camp? I'm 18 days away from training camp. Yo, congratulations. Buckle in, come with an open heart, and be asking God to do something specific in your life. How should people vote in November? Vote with your heart, man. Okay, I like this one. Feeling a little stumped as a creative right now. How do you get motivated creatively? Go watch Casey Neistat's daily vlogs. I'm just kidding. Casey Neistat is somebody who has inspired me creatively, and I think sometimes when I watch the creativity of others, that inspires me. And then also what helps me is just to do something. Stephen Coons says, create something today even if it sucks, and I think that's really awesome advice. Where do you want to travel next and why? Anywhere. Tell me a story. Man, shout out to Caleb Pauls. somebody who was a big inspiration to me whenever I started doing the world race and vlogging the world race. He asks the greatest questions. If you need somebody to ask you great questions, shout out to Caleb Pauls. Once upon a time, there was a man named Connor, and he was watching Bohemian Rhapsody. The whole time he was watching the movie, he was so excited to hear "Don't Stop Believing." It wasn't until he got to the end of the movie that he realized "Don't Stop Believing" is not Queen, it's Journey. What are you dreaming towards? Ooh, I have some really exciting things that I'm dreaming towards, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'll talk about it some other time. Are you growing your hair out? I was waiting for somebody to ask that. The answer is yes. Where have you seen God the most in this season? Honestly, I have been frustrated with God in this season. There was something that God promised me that hasn't happened, and I've been confused, and I've been kind of like a teenager crossing his arms in the passenger seat of a car, and God's been like the parent driving, trying to get my attention and talk to me, and I'm just like, not talking to you. So I've probably seen God's patience the clearest and the most in this season. He's been incredibly patient with me, and he's incredibly patient with all of us as we learn how to follow him. What's been keeping you busy since COVID? Oh man, I would probably say this book by C.S. Lewis. I've been reading it the entire quarantine season, and I still have that much to go. What was your favorite moment while on the world race? Oh my gosh. That is an impossible question because there's so many incredible moments, but for the sake of this video, I'll say that I had a great moment when I got to film my friend Freddie, who is a president, and he was addressing his people, and we were in the jungles of Peru, and it was absolutely one of the most surreal moments of my entire life. What is your biggest piece of advice to those who feel stuck? Man, I can relate with that question. Okay, I would say 3 things. Number 1, exercise. Number 2 is worship. And number 3, I think, like, tell somebody about it, talk it out, to verbally process, invite somebody into your feelings, and hopefully they'll offer a great perspective. I guess also 4 would be read a new book. That can often offer a lot of great perspective and help you get unstuck. What is a characteristic or promise of God that you wrestle with? I would say I probably still wrestle with a lot of God's like wrath and judgment that he displays on people in the Old Testament. I'm listening to a podcast called Bema Discipleship. I highly recommend it. Maybe go check out that podcast if that is something that you find yourself wrestling with as far as the character of God goes. What is the best cup of coffee you have had stateside, and where was your favorite cup of coffee brewed on the world race? Fantastic question. I love coffee. To be quite honest, I think Methodical Coffee in Greenville, South Carolina is probably my favorite cup of coffee in the United States, at least off the top of my head. And then the best cup of coffee on the world race, it's crazy, but it was in India. There was this little coffee shop that had the tastiest beans and the tastiest coffee. I would not have expected it to be India, but it was. Okay, that wraps up the Q&A. Thank you so much to everybody who submitted a question. Like always, I was not able to get to every single one of them, but I really do appreciate your asking the questions. If you would like a more specific answer, or I didn't answer your question, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, and I will do my best to get back to you. Things are getting a little bit busy right now, but I'm glad I was able to make this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to this channel and you liked the video, feel free to become a subscriber. That would be really awesome. And for those of you who are returning, you know the drill. Until next time. Peace!